Blakey, in his coma-like sleep, had a fever dream of being the boy again, on the run in the black and white industrial gulag that possessed and metastasized in his unconscious mind. Lost, snot-nosed and hungry, he gazed in awe at abandoned factories. Lining the length of these broken-windowed relics were towering chess pieces, left to rot on the ground, some split, most swollen with greyish curly moss. Each piece was at least 7 feet high, frightening him that they might come to life, a boy devouring chess mob. They varied in sophistication. Basic wood, horse-headed knights, actual brick-and-mortar castles, smooth, translucent pawns, even human-faced leaden bishops whose sculpted eyes followed him with optical illusion. Deep, lush green ivy, one of the only things with colour, was slowly consuming everything. He then heard a voice, maybe two, so he scrambled into the nearest building. From a clouded window he looked for them. He couldn't see yet, but heard their conversation. "Why'd he go into Factory Row? They always head towards the sea. Sea's where we should be." The second voice responded, "When you're put in charge, then you can choose. Until then, I say he went in there. And there we go." The voices came closer, and Blakey shrank from the window into what must have been a factory, searching for a place to hide. There was a vast maze of half-empty shelves among varying puddles of still, oily water. Books from the shelves were all piled up 30 feet high in the front, awaiting a giant fascist burning. There was no good place to hide in the checkered rows. A blanket of books covered the entire half-mile square of factory ground. They would be able to spot him quickly. He returned to the mountain of books filling the entire front corner. A bronze statue head poked out the top of the pile, turned away, and tilted sadly as if napping through a nightmare. The boy peeked out the window again, and this time he saw 2 figures on a bicycle carriage coming down the length of the buildings. As they got closer, he could see that a spider monkey in military garb, complete with shako and driving goggles, was pedaling the bike. An abomination with a dodo bird's head sewn on a human body in an officer's uniform sat casually in the carriage. Its head was taxidermic, a sloppy job with oversized stitches and hastily glued marble eyes. The head moved only left and right turns, puppet-like in its velvet seat. The officer's cap strapped to its head had a gaudy red feather plume that danced with every bounce of the vehicle. The bicycle braked abruptly, jostling the dodo. The monkey pulled off his goggles and sniffed the air with flexing nostrils. Brilliant orange eyes with silky black enamel pupils scanned the buildings. The sniffing slowed, and with a cock of its brow, it cleared its sinuses of all smells with a sneezy snort. Its fiery gaze pierced the window and sent a circulating shiver through Blakey's small frame. Simian eyes, tucked under a hard brow, maintained a maniacal expression so intense it appeared to be looking through walls. The boy panicked and began climbing to the top corner of the giant book pile. Some of the books slid down and rustled at the bottom. "What is it, Mr. Starkey? Do you smell something?" The dodo squawked, tapping the monkey's shoulder annoyingly with a pointless, flaccid riding crop. "Shh!" The monkey put a gloved digit to his lips and then pointed to the library. "The library? The boy? I was right, yes?" The dodo couldn't lower his volume. The monkey fumed, "Shh!" The dodo harumphed, thoroughly committed to incompetence with a tart, aristocratic arrogance. It straightened the row of silly medals on his chest. A crash of natural decay in one of the other buildings set the two off. The dodo whipped its head around like a wind-up pigeon and screamed, "Ambush! Mr. Starkey, invaders! The invasion has begun! Retreat, surrender! Happy capitulation! God save the Queen and all her loyalties!" The monkey sprung from the bike to the carriage and mercilessly beat the dodo. A fury of punches to its stuffed head, Starkey slapped the conniption out of the bird, kicking out puffs of sawdust in a punching bag drum solo. "Oh Lord, oh King, oh divine creator!" The dodo squawked with almost sexual exclamations. The fury of the blows rocked the carriage violently until the dodo was finally subdued. "Very well," it slackened. "I'm better now." The monkey sneaked in one last sock to the bird's sand-filled head. "Thank you, friend. My patriotism got the better of me." The dodo sighed. Mr. Starkey raised another fist. Might be a smudging left. "No, quite sure. Thank you." The dodo held up the flat palm of its well-manicured hand. The monkey hopped off the carriage, landing with springy athleticism on his naturally bowed legs. It maintained a cowboy's stance, one hand resting on his holstered sidearm. The dodo's male human hands fumbled with an ivory smoking pipe. The fingers felt their way to filling and propping the pipe in its beak clumsily, spilling much of the tobacco. The stuffed head was incapable of inhaling, so the smoke oozed out the beak holes and the seams in its head. With a wave to fan the smouldering, the monkey left the burdensome dodo behind. At the factory entrance, the monkey stepped over the ivy, but it tugged at his pants leg, begging for alms. Instead, he crushed them with a firm twist of his boot. Blakey retreated farther into the shadows at the top of the pile when the monkey entered. The dodo hollered from the doorway, having decided to follow. "Well, Mr. Starkey, here or not?" The monkey didn't break his intense scan of the factory floor. "With that glued bill, I'm amazed at your constant volume." "What? Amazing Bill? The poor soul died last year. Mortar fire," the dodo lamented. The monkey made a hateful noise and stepped in further. He could see no signs of the boy with his piercing gaze. He returned to the dodo, ready to leave, when Blakey's foot slipped, causing one book to slide down the pile. The book landed at the dodo's feet. The monkey honed in on the source instantly, seeing a tattered white pajama foot shift in the shadows.